Hello and welcome to my little bookish corner of the internet. My name's Harriet. Today, as requested, I am doing a little review of my Kindle Paperwhite, which I bought recently. I'm basically just going to talk about the product a little bit and then talk about my experiences so far with it. And I'll do a little wrap up at the end and let you know how I'm getting on with it. Now, for a little bit of background kind of about my experiences with Kindles and e-readers, I've never had one before. So this is my first one, so I can't really compare it to any other products, either by Kindle themselves or by different companies. I can only really talk about my experience with this product versus maybe reading on my phone, which I've only done once and I hated it. So yeah, I won't be able to compare the Paperwhite to any other versions of the Kindle, but I can definitely talk about my experiences so far with it. Okay, so when you get your Kindle Paperwhite, you will get it in one of these little boxes. It probably won't look as battered as mine because I was too excited and I ripped into it. But it's got all of your product info on the back and then it has the colour in the corner there. Now I went for the colour Twilight Blue, which is this one, and I've only just noticed I've already got a tiny little scratch here. I have been using it quite a lot, but that made me really sad. So I think I'm going to have to get a hardcover just for the back, because at the moment I'm just using one of these padded ones and obviously I hold it like this most of the time. But I guess I must have just put it on the floor aside or something. But anyway, that doesn't matter. So this is the colour Twilight Blue. It's really lovely, and turn it around and it just says Kindle on the front there. So the Kindle Paperwhite is described as being super lightweight, which I definitely agree with. The screen is also glare free, which you'll see in some of the clips when I show you what it looks like outside in the sun, if the sun stays out. And it's also marketed as waterproof. Now I haven't tested this and I probably wouldn't want to dunk it in the water just to find out. But I have read in the bath with it, which I haven't done with books before because I'm too scared of dropping them. And I haven't had any problems with condensation or heat or anything like that. It's held up really well, which is great. This Kindle you can also connect to your Wi-Fi and you can download books directly from the Kindle into your library so you can read them on there rather than do it on your phone or on a computer, which is really good. It also has Bluetooth enabled, which means that you can connect your headphones, which is great, so you can listen to audiobooks. I didn't actually realise that when I bought it, but I realised afterwards. I just think that's such a cool thing to do. I must say I haven't tested it out yet, but I'm sure I will. I should also mention that you can get it in a 32GB if you prefer that. I got mine in the 8GB because I'm only going to be reading books. I'm not going to be reading magazines or anything like that. And you can always re-download your books. As long as you don't delete them from your library, you just undownload them. Then you can re-download them anytime and access them after you've bought them, which is great. And to give you an idea, I've currently got 12 books downloaded on there. So that's my little library. And so far, I haven't had any problems with it lagging or saying that there's no room left on it or anything like that. So I think it's going to hold up pretty well. Now in your little packet, obviously you get your instructions, which to be honest, I didn't read. I just kind of wiped it out for myself. But you do also get a charging cable, but you don't get the unit to pop it into, so the socket. You can buy those on the Amazon website and they encourage you to buy it when you purchase the Paperwhite at the checkout, so I can add on. But I didn't because it's just a USB cable. So you can plug it into your computer or you can plug it into your phone charger if you've got that. And the lead is provided for the special unit there. So don't worry about that. If you've got a USB charger, it will work. But that wasn't made very clear when I was purchasing it, so that's why I thought I'd mention it. Speaking of the charge, it has lasted really well. So I've had it for maybe 3.5 to 4 weeks now. I've charged it once in that time. It's currently on 77% and I did 2 hours of reading yesterday and then an hour here and there during the week. So it's doing really well. I will say, let me turn the screen off. So once the screen goes to black, I got the version with ads because it was £10 cheaper and it doesn't bother me. So these ads play and sometimes you get them at the bottom of the screen, not while you're reading, but while you're looking for books. But honestly, I haven't found that has changed the battery life at all. It doesn't seem to affect it. I think because the battery is so good on this, it doesn't really matter. But that is definitely something to note. If you don't want the ads, you do have to pay more, which is kind of annoying. But the amount of cheap and free books that you get on here, I'm not really too bothered. Oh, you can also set a passcode as well, which I have done because it is linked to my Amazon account and I don't want anyone to get this and just start buying books willy-nilly. So once you've entered your passcode, you just swipe up to unlock. It's very easy to use. I did find that it's a little bit different than using a regular touchscreen phone. So I find that short, quick movements are the best ones to go for. So rather than holding it down and scrolling, just go like that once and you'll be able to scroll. You can see there's like a little bit of a lag. It is very basic, this, but it is made just for books, so it makes sense. And I actually love the simplicity of it. It makes it feel like super, not old, but you know what I mean, like very authentic and very old school. Okay, price-wise, so these retail for £119.99. They are currently on sale as I'm filming this for £99.99, and you can pay in 5 instalments, which I did do. Unfortunately, I didn't get them on sale, which is kind of annoying. Could have saved myself £20, but that's only £4 a month saved, so it doesn't bother me too much. And there are 4 different colours to choose from. So you've got the black, sage, plum, and then the twilight blue, which is the one that I got. So there's one for everyone. They do have cases available as well. I personally just went on Etsy and got this Harry Potter inspired case. Great because you're supporting small businesses rather than the author. And this was by 7 Colour Daisy. I'll leave them down below. I did in my favourites video as well. But it's just got this very subtle Patronus print with the Deathly Hallows symbol on there as well. I just thought that was really nice. It is very secure. I haven't had anything fall out because of the little button there. And very well padded, but obviously I put my Kindle down somewhere stupid and scratched it, which is so annoying, but that is just me. Anyway, because I purchased the Kindle, I also got 3 months of free Kindle Unlimited, which is basically a service where you can read various different books by various different authors completely free for the first 3 months, and then I think it's £7.99 after that. I won't be continuing it after the free trial. It just doesn't interest me. I found one book that I liked and I already read it. It was a short story. There just aren't enough books on there and none that really grabbed my attention. It's only a small selection of books, so you don't get all sorts of different ones on there. But if you're not too picky about what you read and you just like reading, then it might be a good way to try different genres and different authors that you haven't heard of before. So maybe if you purchase the Kindle and you get you 3 free months, tongue twister, then you might appreciate it more than I did. Another great thing about the Kindle is that you can alter pretty much everything. So you can alter the brightness of the screen, you can alter the font sizes, the different fonts that you want, even the differences between the margins, so the spacing between them. You can also change the background to black and the text to white, so you can invert it. If that is easier for you to read that way, that is an option on here, which is wonderful. It just makes it a bit more accessible for people and user-friendly. As I said, it takes a second to get used to the different controls, especially if you've never had one before, or if you're really used to using a different one. It might take a second for you to work out how to use the touchscreen without it jerking about and freaking out. But after about 10 minutes, I was used to it and I know what I was doing. I've had a lot of fun highlighting different things in the book because I am not the kind of person to actually write in a physical book, but I can make notes on the Kindle without it ruining something that's physically there in front of me. And I can share those notes through my Goodreads as well, which is fantastic. I really enjoy doing that. I did it a lot with Insatiable. I read that very quickly on the Kindle because I just felt like it was very easy to use. And because you haven't got that visual right in front of you how thick a book is, you don't really think about that. You're just thinking about getting through the story. And I do really love that. I don't think it will ever replace proper physical books for me, but sometimes I would rather pick up my Kindle than pick up a book. Especially because me and my partner go for a lot of walks and we go for a lot of bike rides where we'll stop and we'll read somewhere. It's nice for me to just take this one small piece of equipment that has all these different books on it that I can choose from. It doesn't matter what mood I'm in, I'll have a book on there that I can read. And it's just so small, like it just fits in a little bag or in a backpack, or if you pop it in the case, you can maybe fit it in a little basket on the front of your bike. So yeah, that's kind of all the information about it. In terms of how I feel about it, I'm sure you probably know by this point in the video, I love it. I think it's great. I would honestly recommend it to anyone that loves reading, that enjoys books, and that travels quite a lot. You also get your Kindle daily book deals on here. So basically you go to the store at the top and then you can click on Kindle book deals just there. And then you have your regular Kindle book deals, your daily deals. And this is where I found Insatiable for 99p, it was so cheap. So all of these will be reduced. For example, today we've got The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, The Tigress of Mysore by Alan Mallinson. Some books that you recognise and some that maybe you don't, but that's such a good way to try different genres and different authors, is to have it so cheap. Yeah, I just think that's really cool and you can buy them on here, which is fantastic. Oh, to let you know what brightness I'm on at the moment, so I'm on 11. So that's how bright 11 looks. I've never put it this high, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, that's way too bright for me. But if you need it that bright, then you can have it that bright. I usually find that around the 10 and 11 is perfect for reading outside even when it's sunny. So yeah, that is the Kindle and I love it. I'm so glad that I purchased it. It was a really good buy and I am honestly just so pleased with it. Let me know down below if you've tried any e-readers before. It doesn't have to be the Paperwhite, it could be any of them. Let me know your experiences with them and if you think that you might buy this after watching this review. But that is it from me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!